Hello, this is Wmpyr. So I got a comment from Sensei, Monk Downs, and I'm here to share my 2 cents. So it says Shihan Wmpyr. Okay, so first of all, yeah, I'm very informal here, no titles, and I'm definitely not a Shihan. But it says, question, sir. I recently attended a self-defense seminar coordinated by former Special Operations Navy SEALs and former CIA field operatives. Wow. Now that sounds super cool, very intense, and very, very interesting. And he says, one of the things that I observed was their preference in terms of knife grip, which is the ice pick grip. Okay. And they told him that it's the best hand grip for knife engagement, whether it's on the battlefield or in an all-out street fight. It just doesn't matter. They go with the ice pick grip, is what it sounds like. And then they said because the ice pick grip follows the trajectory of the arm in an attack. Because you're going to either go from 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock, which is right to left, a diagonal, and then 3 to 9, which is once again right to left, horizontal. And that's it, because it has to be quick and efficient. The other reason is because when you have a lot of battle armor or camis and all that stuff, slashing is not going to do you much good. Same as in the case if you're wearing a lot of clothes, a slash is not going to penetrate the clothes. So not only are they into the reverse grip, what I call the reverse grip, but here is called the ice pick grip, that they are also into stabbing over slashing. And the main thing I learned is that they go for vital targets because the objective is to get the fight over as fast as possible. So my question to you is, I know you've done a lot of experimentation and research with different type of knife grips. Which do you prefer? So, and then he says, me, I am not an ice pick grip type of person. I just don't like it. It doesn't feel comfortable, in my view and experience, because it shortens the range of the weapon, leading one to have to do CQC, which is close quarters combat. They also prefer the ice pick grip because you can easily conceal the knife easier that way. Anyway, what do you prefer? What do you think is the best from your experiments? All right, all right, all right. So, yes, once again, thank you for the questions, the comments, and when I go with the traditional Filipino martial arts, right, they teach the standard grip and the reverse grip. So the reverse grip is the ice pick grip. So they teach both, meaning they use both. And then as far as slashes versus stabs, we use both, period. So that is the traditional Filipino martial arts answer. Okay, and from my experiments that I've done, I was actually surprised to find out, right? So first of all, the standard grip, which this is the 4 grips that I teach, right? Or I used to teach. Now I only teach 2 of the 4. I don't even teach 4. Before I taught the 4 because I felt it was more complete. And back in the day, when I was at the dojo, they taught me basically the 2, standard and reverse, and we spent way more time on standard. Reverse was just more like it was mentioned, all right, that yes, it is possible, it is a grip that you can encounter, we're going to also use it kind of thing, but really it was more the standard. But definitely aware of the reverse, and we use it too, period, okay? But yeah, I taught the 4 here because I just thought it was more complete. But what I was surprised to find out was The standard makes total sense because, this is basic. I don't care about where your thumb is, where your pointer finger is. Is this the saber grip? Is it the hammer grip? I don't care, because at this level, this is basics, right? So for basics, standard or reverse. Those are the first two main things you gotta understand with the knife, right? So with the standard grip, all of our stick work, we're holding it pretty much in the standard grip. So to go from stick to knife, it just makes sense to be doing the same thing. The whole one system idea in Filipino martial arts. Okay, so that's an easy no-brainer, is the standard grip. But what about the reverse grip? Okay, when does that come into play? Why do we even do it? Is it more effective? Whatever. And from my testing that I found out, this is just my personal testing, and all you got to do is do the same thing I did. Try it with your students, and then get a live blade and try it on all kinds of different sofas and stuff, and see what's up. And really, I didn't necessarily find that the reverse grip was more effective as far as like it did more damage or anything like that. No, it was, yes, the techniques are going to change because it's, you're using your hand at a way different angle. But what it really came down to was it's safer in close range. That is something that I was surprised. That was something that wasn't taught to me. Why reverse grip when it's close range? They never really gave me a reason. Okay, so but we knew this. When you have more distance, use the standard grip. When you're closer to the opponent, less distance, use the reverse grip. That's it. That's all that was explained. But why really was for the standard grip? Obviously, the range, it makes sense. Okay, you could go more into like fencing type attacks. That makes sense. But the reverse grip, what I found is that it is safer than the standard grip for you to use. Okay, so yeah. It wasn't, once again, because the reverse grip does more damage. No. And I think that, I wouldn't say it's proof of that, but one thing that we could say is like, look at shank attacks in prison. Are they using reverse grip? Not necessarily. And sometimes they can't because of the weapon size. The size of the weapon, what they have is very minimal. So, you're gonna do what you can, especially in that type of situation. But so really, however you grab the knife, that's how you're gonna be using it. Is kind of my mentality. All right. So I try not to get too attached to one or the other. My preference, I'll go to traditional Filipino martial arts, which is if I have distance, I will use standard. If I don't have distance, then I will prefer to be in the reverse grip. So there you go. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. That is, so I'm sticking to the textbook is what I'm saying. I'm not changing history, anything like that. I am sticking to the traditional teachings. The only thing is the reason that I added was reverse grip is safer in CQC. So that's why it makes more sense to me. And this is that famous scene from, what was it? World War Z, that Brad Pitt movie where they handed the scientist a gun, and when he came out of the airplane, the first thing he did was he like fell and shot himself and died. Yeah. Safety is so underlooked. So safety is extremely important. So yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.